Hey guys, so I'm changing some starters around today on my Suburban. Um, the old starter, when I took it off to get it rebuilt a few months ago, I just had this starter laying around on the shelf in the shed, and I just stuck that one on temporarily. So I got the other one back, took it to a place called the Start Shop in Albuquerque. They rebuilt it. But anyways, had a couple of things I thought would be worth sharing, could be helpful to some of you guys. Had these instructions that came with a starter I bought a long time ago. I'll be honest, I don't even remember where. There's no name on this. The only thing I found on the back was those numbers there, 610-7-197, but I Googled that. It doesn't come up with anything. But anyways, it kind of gives you some little how to determine, if your starter's going to need shims or not, if you can tell if the Bendix has been too close or too far away. But what was really nice is it came with this little 1/8" gauge. So it tells you here to use that gauge, and you check between your armature and your flex plate teeth, or your flywheel teeth on your flywheel. Now, if it's too close, it's pretty easy. You just add a few shims, remeasure it until you get the right spacing. But if it's too far away, what you do is you actually just use a half a shim and you put it on this outside bolt. So this starter actually needed this many shims, which I thought was quite a few. That's a 32nd, I think two 1/32 and a 1/16 I added in there. And that's what I needed. And to be honest, that didn't even still get it exactly to the 1/8. It just got it as close as I was kind of comfortable. I just don't like having too many shims in there. And what I actually even did was bought a longer bolt, because I had added a washer down here. And then the more shims you put, the less thread engagement you're going to have into the block. So I actually got like 1/4 inch longer bolts to put in there. But so for the 1/8, you can use any kind of wire. I found a nail that's 1/8 inch. And I actually found these little screwdrivers that these used to be, a lot of the places, retail stores and stuff like that would just give these out. This happens to be a Mac Tools, and this is a place up in Albuquerque that's gone out of business. But most of these have a magnet on it. It's kind of cool. The Mac one has for a valve stem core tool. But anyways, those are 1/8 inch. I measured those. I measured a couple of these. This one's 1/8 inch as well, but it's square. So I don't know. But basically what you're doing, and I'll show you on the Suburban here in a second, but it's a little easier to show it out here. But you're looking for, you got to have your dust cover off to be able to do this. But you're going to put your gauge, whatever you're using for your 1/8 inch, you're going to put it there, and you're looking for an 1/8 inch right in that area. So like I said, if it's too close, you're going to add shims on both sides. And if it's too far away, you're just going to add shim to one side. So anyways, let me show you on the Suburban, the starter that I put the rebuilt one already back on there. Let me show you that. All right, so hopefully you guys can see that pretty good. But so I have that little 1/8 inch screwdriver wedged in there. It is still a little bit loose, and I did add I believe that's a 1/16 shim on the outside, because this one was still too far away again. But that's what you're looking for, is the 1/8 inch right in between that little gap. So one thing I would also strongly recommend, if you don't have one, and this Suburban didn't when I got it, so I went and bought one, but this little brace that supports the back of the starter there. So it's going to go from that bolt. Let's see if I can get this to focus, but that bolt right there, and then it bolts to the block up there. And that it's just a starter support brace, bracket, whatever you want to call it. But that's going to hold the back of the starter. And a lot of times people take those off, don't put them back on. But if you're looking for one, they're only like $9-10. I believe I ordered this one off of Speedway Motors, but Jegs and Summit had them. But that's the GM part number is 396-5589. But yeah, that just goes. So this side will bolt to the block. This back side slides right over that stud. just like that. And some of these bolts are interchangeable, or this one's a stud with a nut. So occasionally I bought these either at a parts store or had them rebuilt, and they just didn't pay attention and they put this one down here and this one up here. So you can just pull these out and switch them. And this is you need this one up on the top if you're running that bracket, which I would say I'd highly recommend running that. But anyways, thanks for watching. Let me know if you guys got any questions.